test 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 live streaming, test live streaming, Hi, good evening, all of you. Good evening, sir. So,
Good evening, everyone.
I hope that I'm audible to all of you. If I'm audible, please write yes in the chat box and just show that you hear. Okay, great. Wonderful. Ha, Gigi, great going. That's fine. That's like my copyright. Okay. So guys, we are here for, I would say, kind of part one of form filling activity. This will really help you to understand the form slightly in a better way, CAT form, and will probably make you more clear that at least from the IAMS front, which all programs you are applying and which all programs are not for you. Okay. So I'll be talking to sir on these lines and I'll be asking some questions on your behalf, and then he'll be answering some questions, and then both of us will be sharing some inputs so that you can actually look at these programs altogether from a perspective key. You're filling your CAT form, so you understand it better, that what you are filling it, what you are not filling. Great. Audio is very low. Is it so? No. So no, no, it is clear. Everyone is saying no. Please, please, please. In case it is your problem, you will have to move out of the room and then come back again. Okay. Fair enough. So let's start with a very basic question. I'll be asking sir, and then he'll be answering it so that both of us can interact with you simultaneously, and we can make it an interactive talk, and then we'll ask you to ask questions at the end of the session. Okay. Is it fine? So sir, today, if you look at CAT form and if you look at CAT form, probably in my days, there is a huge difference. Today, I was looking at it. There are so many programs which they have launched. So is it necessary for a candidate to fill in all the ticks or all the programs?
See, typically a lot of students still feel that when we say, what are the programs being offered by IIMS, everyone says, well, we all know they all offer MBA, and so there are 20 IIMS, so we have to fill those 20 MBA programs. What else? But then when you go to the website, when you start filling the forms, and then you see for each IIM, they list multiple programs, and that is where the confusion starts coming in. Students start feeling, am I eligible for this particular program or not? Is this program meant for me or not? Should I be, applying to a particular program or not? So, which is why, as we are discussing today, we'll discuss the various programs of all the IIMs also. But primarily, at this stage, I would say if a student is eligible for a particular program, he should apply for it. Apply meaning just there's a tick which one has to put, nothing else. Okay, there is no separate procedure right now. It's just the ticking in the form. So if you are eligible, go ahead, mark it, whether you are interested in that program or not, whether you understand what that program means or what kind of career progression or profile there is in that program. All those things can come in later. But for some of you who would really want to nitpick, no, if I'm not interested in a particular thing, I would not like to apply also. So fine, we will be discussing in detail. And anyway, if not at this stage, subsequently, a few months down the line, you need to be clear, if you start receiving calls, which we hope most of you will, and we've had, the trend is more than 150 of our students in the last 2-3 years, every year, they've been receiving IIM calls. So a lot of you would be receiving IIM calls, and then at that point of time, there will be uncertainty whether some specialized program calls have come in. So whether I should be looking ahead for that or not. So lots of those things we'll take up today itself. What are the various courses being offered by the IIMs?
Okay, guys, please understand one thing. There are many specializations which are available today, not only in marketing, finance, HR, IT, and operations, but there are a lot of new age specializations which are available. So we are planning to do a session on specializations also in the coming week in a physical format. So that will probably make you more clear about the specializations and what exactly you are looking at in that specialization. And you will be able to probably prepare some answers for your second stage, that is for your interview stage also. But today also, we'll be discussing with you a couple of specializations which are offered by specifically some IIMs, and then we will take it ahead. Okay, so let's start the whole story. So this is probably the list of all the IIMs which is there in your bulletin, and the courses offered by these IIMs, and then probably we have mentioned their websites also. So this is there in your bulletin, nothing to worry, no need to take a screenshot or no need to write anything, although I know you don't write anything, it's still no need to take a screenshot. Now, so let's discuss these programs. But before we actually start discussing these programs, I think it will be beneficial for us to understand some very basic things which I would like Rahul sir to probably throw some light on. I will also give you my inputs, but I'll ask some specific questions with respect to these programs from sir, and then we'll discuss these programs one by one. For example, I'm Ahmedabad and I'm Lucknow. They offer a program called as ABM, that is Agri-Business Management. It is not only the two IIMs, but there are many other institutes today. They offer a separate Agri-Business Management program, like SIIB, Symbiosis Institute of International Business. They also have an ABM program. Then there are a couple of other B schools which are offering nowadays an ABM program. So, sir, let's start with this only, that what is this Agri-Business program? Because the name suggests Agri-Business Management, as if they'll be managing something in a rural field, and they'll be probably working in a field. Is that so? That is what Agri-Business Management is. And I mean, my knowledge says anybody can apply to this program. You should have an interest in this program. But from where this interest will come. Until we know what the program is. So let's first clarify this query from sir. What is Agri-Business Management?
Yeah. Kapil, before that, just one thing I want to take up. Earlier, all the main programs of all the IIMs, they were known as PGDBMs or PGDM.
PGP.
Now, a few years back, since all the IIMs have now received a statutory, degree giving status. So now they are offering degrees. Earlier, they used to offer diplomas, and that there used to be a lot of confusion. Students would ask, so is this diploma equivalent to a degree? Now there are certain institutes which are saying we offer degrees. So is that better, a diploma better? And we would say, well, if IIMs are offering diploma, then you can't say a diploma is in any way inferior to a degree. But now all that controversy is to rest, because all IIMs now have degree giving power. So what they are saying is now they are referring to these programs as PGPs, postgraduate programs. They're not saying is there a degree or diploma, but they now all have degree giving power. So you get an MBA degree. So first of all, in every IIM, the 20 IIMs which are there, the first program typically which they have listed on their website in the information bulletin, the PGP program, or some have directly called that as an MBA program. That is the main program which all of you are vying for. So definitely, which is what you people would be applying. Then we come to the other program. The first such program, what Kapil sir asked me, was about the ABM. Now, the Agri-Business Management Program, Ahmedabad has now relabeled it as FABM. A few years back, they changed the nomenclature. It's Food and Agri-Business Management. So, now agri-business is typically, it seems as if it's a rural driven kind of a program. And if we are from an agriculture background, or if we want like to go back to the villages, after doing our MBA and, start plowing the fields in a more scientific way, so there the agri-business management will come into view. No, that's not true. That's true very, very partially, let's say. Primarily agri-business is anything typically related to the rural sector. Broadly, let's look at that. So, for example, in India, we have all these banks which do a lot of rural lending. Okay. So now these banks need specialists there to, to check out to whom to lend and all that kind of a thing, like the loans departments, typically anywhere else. Same way now for the rural lending and various other rural initiatives that the banks take. So they would like to take in people with some more specialized knowledge, and typically the agribusiness management graduates, fill that space. Or there are, even let's talk of any multinational, any company which is into marketing. The rural sector is the fastest growing. Rural meaning the tier 3, tier 4 cities and towns, and then the rural areas is the fastest growing area market for all the MNCs, any kind of product. It's a consumable, what we call the FMCG goods, or there are certain capital goods, lots of things. So for all these things, when you are to go to the hinterland or to you move beyond the tier 1 and tier 2 cities, so companies are looking, the managers, do my marketing people have some insights about that area, that segment? So typically this program, the ABM program, equips students with that kind of knowledge, with those kinds of insights through, and obviously, an MBA program is very interactive program and a lot of practical based, projects and assignments, and actually going out and doing your summer internships. So lots of these things. So when you are doing a specialized program, you're doing all these kinds of things in that specialized area. So you get more insights compared to a general MBA. So companies which are looking for such specialists will then tend to hire people from this background. Now, to do MBA, ABM program doesn't mean that you have to be from that background. A normal city-bred individual, can also apply to this. What the IIMs are saying is, yes, we would prefer if you have that agri background in terms of doing a BSc agriculture or a BTech in agriculture or dairy technology, that kind of a thing. But if you have not, no problem, you should just have some interest in this sector. That's all. And Ahmedabad, when we say food, so food processing industry, the entire, such a huge industry. So that has also been incorporated in this course. And, just for your information, while we rate the IIMs so highly, so in general, in world rankings, if we say in the top 50 B schools in the world, in most of the rankings, none of the IIMs figure. Or, 1 or 2 IIMs start coming in at 30, 40, 50 kind of a ranking. So, but for a specialized program like FABM for agribusiness, IIM Ahmedabad has been rated by quite a few rating agencies, the ranking agencies across the world, as the #1 program in the world for agribusiness specialization. Okay, so to that extent, it's a very old program at IIM Ahmedabad, and that way quite a prestigious one. So what I would suggest to all the students is they should tick both these also, the FABM at IIM Ahmedabad and the ABM program at Lucknow. The only thing is, if you are not from the agriculture background, in terms of not having done dairy technology or BSc agriculture kind of a thing, then you will have to fill up one more form, where they will ask you, why are you interested in this program kind? So a short essay kind reply also needs to go. So that would be an additional thing which you will have to fill up. But otherwise, both these programs are very good, and I would advise students to pick this option also.
Couple of them have asked this question: is it a 2-year course? Yes, it is a 2-year course, and a couple of very good companies like ITC and all, they are very, very strong recruiters from ABM course. And I have had a detailed discussion with a couple of students who have done ABM course. They say that we are also allowed to sit in general placements also, although that is not the motive for you to probably go for an ABM program. The motive, as sir said, is you should have an interest in agribusiness management. And in the interview room, you have to prove that you have an interest in the agribusiness management. So on the same lines, we'll be moving ahead. Now, so far, so good. We have discussed 2 specific sessions or other courses offered by IIMs. One is ABM and other is FABM, which are more or less on the same lines. One is offered by IIM Ahmedabad, which is nomenclatured as FABM, and the other is offered by IIM Lucknow, nomenclatured as ABM. Okay. So this is one thing. Let's move to the next question, because these questions will, these answers will help you to take the discussion in a very smooth manner, and then we'll be able to, go very fast, and you will understand all the things very easily.
One important thing, Kapil, I would just like to add here. A lot of students become confused. I don't know about this. So if I take or don't take, and then what would happen if I take, or what would happen if I don't take? See, the important thing is, if you don't take a particular program, you will not be considered for that program. plain and simple. So even for a PGP, the main program, suppose you forget to tick for some of the IAMs, or at this stage you think, no, new IAMs I will not even apply, and then you don't tick. And that has happened in the past, some past experience. And then later, finally, the kind of percentile you get, and then your mind changes by then, and you said, call aaya, so I would like to, I would be interested in joining even a new IAM. But then, sorry, you don't get calls. Why? Because you did not tick in the form that you are interested in that particular program. So same thing, ABM or FABM, unless you tick, you are not even going to be considered by the institute for that program. Now what happens? You have ticked, but then subsequently you decide, no, I am not interested. So heavens will not fall. Worst cases, they will send you an interview call and you may not even go and appear for the interview. So fine. So right now, it's the important thing is you tick it. There is no penalty associated with, why you have ticked. So, and if you are not interested, you should not have ticked. So no such thing. So don't worry. You can safely tick these options. This and any other, whichever other programs we are talking about, you can safely tick all the options. And one can tick multiple options within the same institute also. Like if IIM Ahmedabad has these two offers, it's not you can take only one, you can take both. Some other IIM has 3 programs, you can take all 3.
Okay, one more thing I would like to add, guys. Sir said PGP, MBA, PGP only for IIMs. Now I'm adding one more thing. Postgraduate Diploma in Business Management, PGDBM versus MBA. This question will come from other management institutes also. See, if you are looking for a university, then university offers you an MBA because they are entitled to give you a degree. While an AICTE approved autonomous institute, they offer you a PGDBM, that is Postgraduate Diploma in Business Management. So today, as of now, if you look at industry, if you look at company, if you look at corporate, there is no difference in the two nomenclatures. Okay. That's what I'm saying, which is better. We cannot answer this. Okay. So if you're getting, let's say, both are equivalent in terms of the industry placements and corporates, no one will probably ask you. ये entitlement होता है. University is entitled to give you a degree, while an autonomous institute is not entitled to give you a degree. So they give you a postgraduate diploma in business management. Clear? Now, let's take this ahead. Okay, today we are doing live streaming of this webinar on our YouTube channel also. So those guys who have joined from YouTube, my request to you, please subscribe to our channel so that you will get a lot of informative notifications with respect to the videos that we put in for your preparation or for your smooth preparation ahead. Okay. So now next is new word in the market. Okay. That is business analytics. And it's in air. Everyone says business analytics course means that, I'll be getting good placement. I'll be getting better placements. So I should go for a business analytics program, something like that. Sir, what is business analytics programs and who should I for this course?
Typically, when we say you go do an MBA, an MBA is a general management program, which is just preparing you to be a generalist, let's say, to manage businesses or organizations. Okay. And within that is why when we talk of some specialization, it all depends. Like Ahmedabad doesn't offer you specialization. They say we'll do strategic management, overall. So you don't do marketing or finance there. Certain other IIMs also. So every IIM has a way that, are you going to specialize in something? Now, what has happened is in the last few years, business analytics, data analysis, this kind of thing has become very popular, and virtually every company is embracing it and using this kind of a tool. So what some of the IIMs have started doing is offering a very specialized program. So what happens is this program or any other specialized program, in general, the first year is more or less common with what you do in your general MBA program also. There may be a couple of papers, optional papers, which might vary, but otherwise, by and large, first year remains the same. And it's in the second year. So what has happened is it's already fixed for you that you will specialize in business analytics. So then otherwise, when we say you do your MBA from a particular college, you get a choice. After first year, you decide whether you want to go for marketing or you want to go for finance or you want to go for HR or any other specialization which is being offered. When you go to a specialized course like MBA Business Analytics, means it's clear you will not have a choice. You will do courses in business analytics. Now, what is business analytics? Basically, it's more about analysis of data, analysis of past trends of whatever organizations have done, and learnings from there. How do you apply them for future? How do you realize why things happened in a way that they did? Why markets behaved in certain fashion? Through analysis of data. So you do that all, and then you extrapolate it. So now what should we be doing in future for the organization to be healthier, to get more profits, to get more business? Okay. So all companies are applying business analytics. So sometimes a bit of software knowledge, a bit of more of quantitative knowledge primarily, and your interest in quantitative as well as in handling data. So that is the main aspect. Obviously, your analytical skills should be good and you should be comfortable with handling data. So if you believe you have this basic skill set, one can also easily also go for business analytics programs also. The only issue is this program is being offered mostly by the newer IIMs. 3 or 4 of the IIMs are offering it. And what happens is, by and large, the placements tend to be common. The normal PGP program and a specialized program which they have, typically they sit together for placements. Companies do know. So the difference within that IIM amongst various courses is not too significant. And sometimes the cutoffs tend to be slightly lower. So you are not able to get through to the main program and you can get through to a specialized program with a slightly lower percentile in terms of calls or in terms of conversion. Yeah, Kapil, if you could further unmute yourself.
Yeah. Okay. One more thing that you people have to understand based on the queries that I'm getting in the chat box. Number one, as sir said, when you're filling CAT form, there is an option to tick in all these courses which you wish to apply. There is no separate form for these courses. Number one. Number two, when you fill in CAT form, that is now you're registered for CAT and you have applied to the IIMs through one form of CAT only. Now, suppose you have to apply to FMS Delhi or MDI Gurgaon or IMI Delhi or IMT Ghaziabad, you will have to fill a separate form for that particular institute. Okay. So there should be no confusion in it. Exam registration is a different thing and registration for a particular institute is a different thing. This is a question which is, there in the chat box, and many people have asked this question. Now, these are the two major questions. Now we'll discuss, I think, two more special.
I'll just say probably on 28th, Sunday we'll hold a session for form filling also. The mid-September is that last date, and don't worry whether you apply today or you apply on the last day, it's all the same in terms of allocation of your center, in terms of the slot allocation, that's randomly done. So it's not that, if you applied early, you get your preferred slot or your preferred center. There is no such thing. That is entirely in the hand, and it's totally random way that they do. It's not first preference to people who applied early. So don't worry. Don't keep it till the last date. What I'm saying is, what end August we'll do. So by first week of September, you can fill up these forms. And one more thing, right now it's 20 IIMs. It is a possibility later, by the time you write the CAT exam, you may have a 21st IIM, because NITI is being now converted into an IIM. Now that is at an advanced stage, but the official formal notification is to come in, and then that is why it is not listed right now as an IIM. So Mumbai may have a separate IIM. So far, Mumbai does have an IIM campus. I don't know how many of you are aware, but that is an extension center of IIM Indore, primarily for their executive programs, management development programs that they do. They do have a campus, a small campus in Mumbai. But now Mumbai is set to have an IIM of its own, and it's NITI which is going to be, given the IAM status. That is news, but till the official notification comes out, it's not going to be listed here or in that. So we'll have to wait for that. Yeah.
Okay. Again, answering few queries from chat. CAT application form and IAM application forms, they are same. When we have to fill different colleges form by October, by November. There is no hurry. They usually keep last date as either 26th of November or first week December. So don't worry. Okay. Other B schools form will be out by, let's say, September or October, and then they'll be having their dates by 26th November first round and December first week as probably a date. Okay.
Yeah, in this, because see what happens, the other B schools which use the CAT score, they need your CAT application number. So that number which you will receive is by mid-September once you apply to IIMs. After that, once you receive your admit card kinds, when you get that number, it's then that you fill the forms of these other colleges. So don't worry at all about the CAT allied colleges at this stage. That's clearly at least a month or month and a half or 2 months away. Okay, right now the only form you have to fill up is the CAT form. And when you fill the CAT form, all the IIMs are taken care of. Other than CAT form, certain other exams, which Kapil sir just recently also took a webinar, NMAT is there or SNAP is there, or, when the separately the other exams which are there, for them also again, then you have to start filling as per their respective dates. But the colleges which use the CAT score to shortlist you, for them, there is enough time, 2 months away, that you can fill up those forms. By then, you'll have a much better idea of your performance, of your track, where you are going, to what AIMCAT percentile level, so are you headed towards, and what range. So accordingly, which colleges should you be filling? Because there are so many colleges, 150 plus colleges, you can't be applying to all of them. And we'll have a session, separate session, a webinar or a physical session, where we'll discuss the rankings of all these colleges, at what range, which colleges one should be applying to. So all that will take place subsequently. Don't be in a panic on those issues.
Okay. I think before we move on to individual IIMs and the courses, we discuss their courses. 2 specializations or 2 new age specializations which are offered by IIMs today, like sustainability management and business leadership program. These 2 we'll discuss with sir, and then we'll move on to individual IIMs. Okay. So sir, what is sustainable management program? It is offered by
IIM Lucknow,
one of the IIMs. IIM Lucknow
at their Noida campus. Again, Lucknow also has one more this campus at Noida, which is again for more of management development programs and the executive programs, and this full-time 2-year full-time PGP SM, sustainability management. As the name suggests, now this is a hot word across the world. Sustainability, and corporates also need to work on that. Another like for example, there's another word, ESG. If you people have heard that. So environmental and social, and these green, these kinds of things. So these kinds of initiatives are the companies taking or not. So again, for corporates also, it's not just the profit or just the bottom line that they have to see. They have to look at the sustainability of operations, of longevity of the corporate, and in consonance with its surroundings. So now lots of companies are actively working on that you can't be aloof from the cultural context that you are in, from your neighborhood, from the place that you are operating from. So you have to take an interest. You have to go what we like. One way is that corporate social responsibility aspect, which is there. So similarly, now companies are looking at themselves also. Will we be able to survive the changing world and the changing trends, where people are also, even consumers are more aware, and then they are picking and choosing companies, which products to buy, which are more, green, recyclable, or which contribute towards sustainable planet. Okay. So now this course has been designed by IIM Lucknow to tackle this particular kind of thing. The seats are very limited. It's a small program, 40, 45 seats, I think, something like that, sustainability management. Okay. So those who are interested in a bit of environmental aspects and all, and who seem to be liking this kind of thing, that can we really do that? A lot of consultancy firms recruit from here, because then they are the ones who are providing such kind of consultancy to various companies. So that kind of a program is there. As I said, first year is more or less common. Lots of similar papers one will study as the normal PGP program students study. Only thing is, remember, it will be based in Noida, and it's a slight different perspective on sustainability management.
Okay, sir. Last year I am Sirmour. They started a program called as Tours and Hospitality Management, where they primarily deal into a candidate who is interested in tourism and hospital management. It is their first year only. That's the first batch that they've launched, and it is a very different kind of a course for an IIM to offer. But students come and say that tours and hospitality management sector as such, it is not that sector where placements are very high. So it is a sector where more of people go for their startup thing, like they want to start up their own company in tours and travels. So they usually go. So is it so? What exactly is TNHM program?
Tourism and hospitality management, typically there were very few good institutes offering programs in this. Like there was one in Gwalior, tourism, travel management, ITTM kinds and all. So, but then that over the years has been, falling in the rankings. So overall, it was difficult. Now Sirmour, I am Sirmour. Sirmour being in Himachal, in which is a tourist spot, popular tourist destination and all. So they have offered this program. And when we say hospitality, hospitality management is also actually, in a broader sense, it becomes the entire service sector. So when we say, see, three sectors: manufacturing, agriculture, and service. So agriculture sector is, agriculture and allied is what the ABM program is, targeting. Manufacturing is, one program, one of the IIMs has this, I think, IIM Vishakhapatnam, or one is on manufacturing, some particular program. Otherwise, like now service sector, when we say, so the hospitality courses, from there one can move into any service sector. But primarily when we say hospitality, tourism, hotels, restaurants, so all these kinds are the first stage, the immediate what comes to mind when you talk of hospitality. So there are both kinds, placements in the corporate sector, and also, but there, since there are lots of hotel management institutes and all also, so one feels that, lot of hotel chains and all might prefer to keep on recruiting from these various hotel management institutes. So which is why, yes, entrepreneurial track is an exciting possibility in tourism and hospitality management. So one can look at it both ways. Both the kinds of options are available. And remember, entrepreneurship, if you want to have a startup, go to any IIM, go to any top college, they will all encourage you. So there are lots of incentives and lots of options available for people who wish to turn entrepreneurs.
Okay, that's great. So I think now let's move to IIMs offering multiple courses. We'll move a little fast and we'll make them clear which course they have to apply. They have to check the eligibility and their interest levels. Okay, so let's start with the IIM Ahmedabad. Okay, so IIM Ahmedabad offers a program in postgraduate program, which is their general PGP program. FABM program is Food and Agri-Business Management program. It is specially designed for food and agri sector, as we've discussed. Okay, and then there is a business analytics program. It's a 16 months. It's a 16 months diploma program offered by IIMA. This program is designed for working professionals in acquiring skills and knowledge for analysis. As sir said, data analysis. So it is a very specific program for data analysis. Okay, so only those people with experience of approximately 2 to 3 years, they can only apply to this program. Okay, let's move.
And whenever a word E, the letter E is prefixed, means it will be primarily in online mode. So it will be a hybrid mode. There will be some on-campus things also, but then a lot of it delivery would be online.
Okay. So somebody asked the question, what is the difference between an executive course and an MBA program? Executive course is primarily for those people who are having an experience. So every IIM has a different eligibility criteria. Some demand 3 years of experience, some demand 5 years of experience. You will have to check that which experience you are carrying and where you can apply. How many years, months you have and where you can apply. Number one. Number two, experience is post completion of the graduation. It's a full-time paid job. If it is a part of the course, it is not experience. Okay. And you count it from the day. No, you count till the date of filling the form. In fact, they have written in their bulletin, it is 31st August, if I'm not wrong. That till 31st August, 31st September, you have to count it. Okay. So that is one. So it is clear IIM A में क्या क्या भरना है, इसमें कोई doubt नहीं रह जाता है. You can apply PGP, you can apply PGP, FABM. IIM Amritsar. Okay. So they have MBA program, which you have to apply. You have to tick in that. EMBA, executive MBA for working executives with minimum 3 years of experience. Minimum 3 years of experience. Okay. Only those people who meet this eligibility criteria, they can apply. MBA BA, that is business analytics program. It is more focused towards business analytics and management skills. MBA HRM, so you can apply. Again, there is no specific eligibility. You can apply to this program. You can apply to this program. You can apply to this program. We have already discussed what is business analytics and what is human resource management. Okay, yeah, human resource management we have not discussed. Let's discuss this first.
HR, it's being offered by 4 or 5 different IIMs, I think now. As such, it's a specialization. Typically, you go for a general MBA program in the second year when you have to take up a specialization. HR has been one of those specializations for all these years, all these donkey years since MBA started. But now over the years, especially because of the growth of the service sector, say, for example, IT sector being the biggest component of that service sector, where, what are the assets of a company? It's the people. So lots of all the service companies, when you're looking at how do you manage your assets, how do you manage people? So you need HR specialists. Okay. So there has been a growing demand for HR specialists, and that is why over the years this has gained popularity. So the IT sector is the biggest recruiter from any HR program. And then obviously any other company also, all companies have HR departments, and the service sector requires more of HR people. So now some of you may feel whether, well, would I want to get into HR? Are my skills compatible? Are my interests there? I am not sure. I don't know. So if you are not sure, you may tick the form. No harm in ticking that option and leaving it for late, when the interview calls come in, whether you want to go for the interview or not, whether you want to treat that interview, you get that as a practice, a dry run for your main interview calls, or maybe by then you may realize, well, HR is also a good career track and, I could be interested. So fine enough. You have not missed out on anything. There is no harm at all in ticking this option. So wherever the MBA HR program is separately listed, all of you just go ahead and tick that option.
And there is a misconception that a fresher cannot apply to all IIMs. A fresher can apply to all IIMs. Okay, no if and but, you can apply to all IIMs, except that EMBA, of course, that you understand, because the eligibility is only experience of 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. Otherwise, other programs, PGP, MBA program, everyone is eligible. You can apply. Let's move ahead. So here, IIM Calcutta, they offer only a simple MBA program. That's it. Okay, no hanky-panky stuff, no drama, only IMBA.
No, they do offer some other program, but right now here in the CAT information bulletin, only those programs are listed for which CAT is the criteria. IIM Calcutta offers a very good, interesting program jointly with IIT Kharagpur and ISI Kolkata. ISI is the Indian Statistical Institute Kolkata. Is the 3 top institutes offering a combined program. But then for that, they conduct a separate entrance exam. So it's not through CAT. So that's why that's not listed here.
Okay, somebody has asked a query in chat. I'll not name. Can we reject an offer even after getting selected in an interview? मतलब कितनी pray to God situation है कि मैं तो ये भी reject कर दूंगा, बकवास है, कुछ और लेके आऊंगा अपने लिए, है ना? ये बहुत ही मतलब ईश्वर स्वयं नीचे आ गए, वो वाली कंडीशन है. ठीक है, हाँ बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, अपने को पूरा अधिकार है. अगर अपने को IIM अहमदाबाद ने सेलेक्ट कर दिया अपन तो भी उसको रिजेक्ट कर सकते हैं, है ना? So people are laughing now.
Simple सा है, they have a last day to deposit the fees. You don't deposit the fees, you are automatically rejected. आपको अलग से उनको मेल नहीं करना, नो I do not wish to accept your offer. ऐसा कुछ नहीं करना, फीस मत जमा कराओ, खत्म.
Okay, let's move ahead. So people are laughing now. Navya, can I get admission in IIM Calcutta without giving CAT? Not in an MBA program. Not in an MBA program. Okay. IIM Bangalore. PGP postgraduate program. PGP EM. The PGP EM is a program designed for, again, working managerial level candidates. Okay. So working senior executives, mid-level executives with minimum 4 years of experience. And PGP BA, you can apply. So as of now, I am assuming that I'm not talking to a WorkX guy. When my guys are freshers or who are applying to a full-time program, this we can apply and this we can apply. Okay, at IIM Bangalore. Okay, Indore, PGP we can apply. PGP HRM is the flagship program in their HRM course. We can apply. Master of Science in Data Science and Management. Okay, again, we can apply if you're looking for data analytics kind of a course. Master of Science in Data Science and Management. Okay, you can apply. Sorry. इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, एप्लीकेशन में अपन अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. काशीपुर, we can apply to their MBA program. We can apply to their MBA analytics program. We can apply to, no, these are two programs. One is executive MBA and other is executive master of business administration analytics, business analytics. That is also executive. Okay. Primarily for those people who are having work experience. So those who are looking for an executive course, they can apply to these courses. Let's move ahead. Kozhikode, we can apply to PGP. Okay, that's something. Sir, a business leadership program hai, where they say it is 3 years of relevant experience and or you are a chartered accountant. Okay. So after completion of graduation, this business leadership offered especially at IIM Kozhikode. So what is this program?
Basically, it's just another name for a PGPX kind of a program, which some of the other IIMs are offering a 1-year program for working executives. So, you know, different IIMs are trying to use coin different terms and using different program names. So Kozhikode is calling it postgraduate program in business leadership because there are people with WorkX. So now obviously, once they do this program, they are not going to join at an entry level position. So they will be directly joining, say, sort of in a, you know, middle level management position to be the future business leaders. So calling it a postgraduate program in business leadership. That's all. So for the freshers, it is not relevant right now.
Okay. Suppose, okay, I'm answering a query in my chat box. Suppose I have a call from IIM Ahmedabad ABM course and I have a call from IIM Ahmedabad general program. Okay, PGP. Now, you will have 2 interviews. Yes, you will have 2 interviews. 2 different interviews, 2 different programs, 2 different interviews. Okay. PGP LSM. PGP Finance is a separate batch of finance in IIM Kozhikode. PGP LSM, that is liberal studies. This is for a candidate who is willing to make a career in general consulting. That is typically liberal studies is offered, where they teach core management principles. Okay. And you have a lot of electives where you can select your electives in the second year. It's a very good program. It is more on the lines of liberal studies. Again, we are open, we are eligible, so we can apply. ठीक है, मैं वो सब टिक कर रहा हूं जिसपे हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. Okay. Articleship. Okay, I'm answering a question. See, any internship which is a part of the course is not your experience. It is your internship. It's a part of the course curriculum. Internships means WorkX means after completion of the graduation, full-time paid experience. Okay.
Let
Okay.
me also just reinforce that. So whatever kind of work experience is required for your degree, so it's a degree requirement. Say, for example, doctors, when they do their MBBS, last 1 year, they have to do an internship. Or in CA, you have to do articleship for 2 or 3 years. Or, in engineering, you have to do your industrial training. And sometimes in some of the engineering colleges, they even ask you to work for 6 months. For one entire semester, you can work. Okay, now all these things are a part of your graduation requirement or the degree requirement. So they are not treated as work experience. Okay, so work experience is after you complete your graduation, then a full-time paid position that you're doing. During graduation, if you're doing something, no, it is not counted. You might be working in your family business, or you might have taken up a part-time or even a full-time job, depending how strict your college is about your attendance. Any of those things, they will not be counted. See, they are your work experience, but when we do an objective criteria where the IIMs are saying whether we give you some weightage for that or whether we check your eligibility for a particular program based on that, so they will not count that as work experience.
Okay, let's move. I'm Lucknow. We've discussed PGP, you can apply. We have discussed PGP ABM, you can apply. We've discussed sustainability management, you can apply. Okay, they have a separate program for working executives, PGP WE. Okay, so 3 programs you can apply. Ranchi, you can apply to their PGP course, you can apply to PGP HRM, you can apply to PGP Business Analytics. Okay. Rohtak, you can apply to PGP. One program you can apply. And there is a special program at IIM Rohtak. This program is Executive Postgraduate Diploma in Sports Management. This is, primarily for those people who are having some specific experienced professional sports or who are sport enthusiasts who have participated in sport at various levels. Okay. It is a very good program who are willing to work in sports, even in entertainment and related fields, industries. This is for those people. If you have that kind of a background, if you have that kind of certifications with you, participations with you at state level and district level, then yes, this program is for you. You can apply for this program. I remember I trained a guy for interview for this program, and he was having hardly, if I'm not wrong, percentile in 80s, and he got a call from this program, and finally he converted that course also. So eventually this is not for everyone, for those sports enthusiasts who can really go for a sports management course. Okay, I am Raipur postgraduate program. I am Sambalpur MBA and executive MBA. I mean, I'm not taking MBA and PGP. PGP MBA हम सबको apply करना ही करना है. I am Shillong PGP, then PGPX 1-year program, working executive MBA program. So again, here we are looking at only PGP Shillong.
So when we say, like, for example, in Shillong, PGPX 1 year, meaning minimum 4 or 5 years of WorkX, then 1 year full-time program. And when you say MBA WE, working executive, means which is a part-time, which will be done on weekends or late evenings, a bit of online, a bit of offline, whatever. So it will be done on a part-time basis. So typically, wherever you find for working executives means part-time, and otherwise, where there is a requirement of WorkX, after that, there is a 1 year full-time program.
Okay, I am Sirmoor, for example, you can apply to the MBA program, MBA Tours and Hospitality Management. You can apply to this program also. Okay. I'm Jammu, you can apply to MBA program. You can apply to MBA Hospital Administration and Healthcare Management. Okay. ये नया program है. They've started in collaboration with AIIMS Jammu and IIT Jammu. Okay. So you can actually look at this program. People from a biology background, life sciences background, people from pharmaceuticals background, people from BDS, people from BHMS, people from MBBS, these people can actually look at this kind of a course. I believe hospital industry, it's a very growing industry, healthcare industry. so you can look at this. Okay, it's a good course. Again an executive program, इसके लिए भी blended mode में चलता है, ठीक है. ये इनका program वो है जो online और campus based learning पे चलता है, combined. Fair enough.
The newer IIMs have been, you know, taking the lead in trying out some new courses and doing it. Like, you know, for example, IIM Jammu even has a BTech MBA program jointly collaboration with IIT Jammu. So the one students who get admission in IIT Jammu, they can opt that, you know, 4+2. So then they don't even have to write CAT automatically after that if they want to study at IIM Jammu. So they can do a 4+2 year, you know, a program. So obviously right now it is not meant for you because it's not through CAT, that program. So what I was just trying to say is new IIMs are, you know, trying out new things, newer kinds of courses also.
IIM Bodh Gaya, the PGP program. Okay. IIM Trichy, PGP and PGP HRM, both programs you can apply. IIM Udaipur, MBA you can apply. And this is rest, you can see it is a 3 years experience, 3-year experience and 3 years experience. So people with some experience, if they are looking for this course, then only they can apply. Freshers will apply only for their MBA course. Nagpur, you will apply for MBA. Visakhapatnam, you will apply for PGP. They have a course which is PGPX for executives, and they have a course PGP DGM, postgraduate program in digital governance and of management. 3 years experience in private sector, 5 years in government sector. So again, people from government sector would be applying to this course. This is Visakhapatnam. तो तुमको ये बता दिया कि तुम्हें कौन कौन से प्रोग्राम्स में अप्लाई करना चाहिए. एटलीस्ट हाफ ऑफ द स्टोरी इज क्लियर. अब अपने को ये क्लियर हो गया कि हम कौन कौन से प्रोग्राम्स में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. 28th को we'll be doing another round of it where we'll discuss this form in detail and we'll discuss specializations in detail so that you guys have at least a broad idea of the specializations in detail and you can make out your own plan, own chart that should I go for the specialization or not. Because in other institutes you will find they'll be offering specific batches on a specialization basis. For example, most of the institutes will offer PGP Finance, PGP HR. Okay, there is a separate section for marketing. Okay, so you have to understand this कि वहां पे आपको ये डिटेल मिल जाएगा कि आपको कौन सा स्पेशलाइजेशन आगे अपने लिए देखना है. Okay, so I'll be taking some questions till the time, sir. Over to you.
Yeah, one more thing, a program which would have been listed there, the fellow program or the PhD program.
I have.
Now, virtually all IIMs are offering a doctorate program, what we say PhD. Earlier, they used to call it a fellow program in management because they were not able to give a degree. Now they can provide a degree. So it's a doctorate. Now, it's a very interesting thing. Now, any of you, those who have an interest in field of academics, it's meant only for them. You know, you do, and the program typically is 4 to 5 years. And it's virtually full-time 4 years on campus kinds. Okay, first 2 years, there's a lot of coursework. First year, you do most of the papers which the normal PGP students do. And then you do some more coursework related to research and all that. And then further 2 years, you're writing your thesis and all. You have to do some teaching assistantship also. You have to do a lot of research work. All these kinds of things. The important good thing is, you know, typically, say, and IIM Ahmedabad or any of the older IIMs, you look at it, 2-year program, you pay them about 20-25 lakh rupees for the honor and pleasure of, you know, being on their campus for 2 years and studying from them. The FPM or the PhD program you do from any of them, they feel it's their honor and pleasure that you are doing a PhD with them. So they will not charge you any fees. Instead, they will give you a stipend, typically 30-35,000 rupees per month. Kind of a stipend is provided to a doctoral student for entire duration of 4 or 5 years. That 30-35,000 keeps on increasing also after some time. So, and not a single paisa is charged as fees. But obviously, remember, if you think, you know, kisi tarah, oh, this is a backdoor entry to, you know, IIM Ahmedabad, but it's a very, very specialized course, doctoral program hai. Uske baad kya options hai aapke paas? Primarily academics, research, think tanks वगैरह हैं, उनमें चले गए. Very, very few openings. Sometimes some consultancy firms will take you. Okay. but by and large it is not meant for your normal corporate job kind of a thing. अब इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग ये है, मैं कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि आप नॉर्मली पीएचडी मतलब वो सर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन तो की हो तब करेंगे ना पीएचडी. द इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इज इफ यू हैव डन अ 4-year ग्रेजुएशन, so lots of you are engineers जिन्होंने 4-year ग्रेजुएशन की है, they are also eligible for directly for the fellow program or the PhD program in any of the IIMs. If you've not done a 4-year graduation, you've done a 3-year graduation, then you should have done your post graduation also. तो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के बाद, लेकिन कौन अप्लाई करेगा? अच्छा, इनमें ऐसा नहीं है, फिक्स सीट्स नहीं है कि भाई IIM अहमदाबाद ने बोला सर पीजीपी प्रोग्राम 350 सीट्स हैं, इतनी लेनी है. तो जैसे पीएचडी की बात करेंगे वो बोलेंगे 8 या 10 डिपार्टमेंट है हमारे, हर डिपार्टमेंट डिसाइड करेगा, इंटरव्यूज लेगा, अगर उन्हें कोई पसंद आएगा तो वो उनको लेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं भी लेंगे. हर साल 10 से 15 लोगों को कुल मिला के, लाइक इंडिविजुअल IIM 10 से 15 लोगों को ज्यादा को नहीं लेता है पीएचडी करने के लिए. सो इजी, हाँ, इट्स नॉट कि इजी है कि ऐसे अप्लाई कर दो, क्योंकि उसमें आपसे अलग से फॉर्म भरवाएंगे, उसमें पूछेंगे आपका रिसर्च एरिया किसमें इंटरेस्ट है, क्यों है, क्या करना चाहते हो वहां पे, एंड दे विल सी वेदर यू हैव दैट रिसर्च बेंट ऑफ माइंड, एकेडमिक बेंट ऑफ माइंड, एंड देन दे सेलेक्ट एंड देन दे टेक यू. बट आप में से जिसका है, और अगर आपने इंजीनियरिंग की है फॉर एग्जांपल, या 4-year ग्रेजुएशन की है, या फिर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन भी कर ली, सो दिस कुड बी वन गुड वे, क्योंकि इंडिया में अभी भी रिसोर्स क्रंच है, गुड फैकल्टी मेंबर्स बहुत कम हैं, अभी भी बहुत फाइट है. तो IIM से अगर आप पीएचडी करते हो तो देश में जितने भी 2-3 हजार से ऊपर MBA कॉलेजेस हैं देश में, उन सब में आपके लिए रास्ते खुल जाते हैं. यू कैन बिकम अ फैकल्टी मेंबर इन एनी ऑफ सच काइंड ऑफ कॉलेजेस.
Okay. I have answered all the queries which were there in the chat box. Okay, there is one query which is pending, which I'll take. I know what that work experience has some weightage in the admission to IIMs, but what impact it would have on the placements in IIMs? Will companies prefer candidates with some work experience over freshers, as fresher percentage in IIMs are about 30%? Data is wrong. Fresher percentage in IIMs is not 30%. It is reverse. Work ex percentage in IIMs is about 30%.
Certain particular IIMs might have that.
But if you
look at 20 IIMs, all the IIMs together, the freshers are much more. Yes, rather than 50%.
ये तो बहुत गलत है, उल्टा डेटा है.
And again, companies जो आती हैं recruitment के लिए, some companies actually look for freshers. बोले हमें उनको unlearn नहीं कराना पड़ेगा, वो किस कंपनी से, कौन से कंपनी के कल्चर से आए हैं, क्या है. तो कई फ्रेशर्स लेंगे, कई कुछ लेंगे, बट टिपिकली सभी को, अगर आपका वर्क एक्स 1 या 2 साल तक का ही है, तो सबको एंट्री लेवल पोजीशन ही मिलती है. वेदर यू आर अ फ्रेशर और यू आर वर्क एक्स ऑफ 1 or 2 years, यू ऑल स्टार्ट एट दैट सेम लेवल. सो कंपनीज उसमें फिर वो नहीं, टिपिकली जो कंसल्टेंसीज होती हैं, दे टेंड टू प्रेफर पीपल विद सम काइंड ऑफ वर्क एक्सपीरियंस. बट दैट्स द ओनली थिंग. अदरवाइज वर्क एक्स का ऐसा कोई भी कहीं प्रेफरेंस ऐसा नहीं है. अब वो ज्यादा अगर मेच्योर है, ज्यादा अच्छे से हैंडल कर ले इंटरव्यूज, और उसके कारण हो जाए कि भाई आपको लगे यार वर्क एक्स वालों का हो रहा है, सो दैट कैन बी अनदर थिंग, बट अदरवाइज इट डजंट मेक एनी डिफरेंस.
Okay. So I think again I have answered almost all the queries in the chat box. So guys, we have solved half of the problem. Okay, that is all about this programs, especially CAT programs. अभी तो और बाकी है. That is IME का एक प्रोग्राम, IMT का प्रोग्राम, 4 के प्रोग्राम्स, इन सारे प्रोग्राम्स को भी अपन डिस्कस करेंगे. Okay, I have already written in your chat box that 28th August we'll be doing an offline session. Okay, offline session for everyone. It will be open for our online students also, where we'll discuss the forms in detail. We'll discuss specializations in detail. So that will make you more clear, and you'll be in a position to fill the form. तो आप भर देना उसको, उसके बाद भर देना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. As sir said, I am repeating that there is no hurry to fill the form. इसके बेसिस पे slot city allot नहीं होता. It's a random allotment. Okay, so I think we would have done some justice with you. Wish you all the best, guys. May God bless you. Keep rocking. Take care of your health. Take care of your elders, and please do work hard. Next 4 months, they are very important for you, because they will decide your another 2 years. No, another 20-30 years. Okay. So bye-bye from my side and thank you from your side. Sir, over to you.
Okay, there are quite a few other queries which keep on coming in. You can WhatsApp us your queries also, or otherwise, as we said, 28th, we have a session where lots of such queries would get answered. And then we'll also have a question answer session there during the session itself. After that, you can keep on asking us. So don't worry, don't take too much pains right now, too much stress about what would happen in interviews, what kind of questions or what weightage would be given. Right now, focus on the written exam that you have to crack that exam. So fill the form correctly, fill all the choices and options correctly, and that's all. So all those things, how they will weigh, how IIMs are going to look at work experience, what kind of work experience, what the selection criteria is, it will not change because of discussion between you and me. So don't worry about that. Just focus on the written exam, focus on your next AIMCAT and the AIMCAT after that, and then after that, and so on, and keep on showing some improvement from one AIMCAT to the other. That is the key for your success. All the best.
Okay, I'll be answering few questions from my YouTube students. Okay, so which all exams I have to fill in? CAT, XAT, IFT, NMAT, SNAP, CMAT are major exams that you'll be filling in. Number one. Number two, should we start filling the other exams form? As and when exam forms are coming, you can fill them. But college forms, you can wait. You can wait for your performance and we'll be doing personal counseling sessions for you. Then you can fill in specific college forms. Okay. So please don't worry about college forms. बहुत time है उसके लिए. मैं आपको PCS लूंगा. PCS के बाद भर देना. ZAT का form के लिए भी, in case you want ZAT form filling session, we'll discuss that also. There is no problem. Okay. Then again, couple of queries from YouTube students. Okay, HR is more suitable for female, not for male. This is again just a myth. It is not key. It is more suitable for female and not for male. I know a couple of my students who've done fairly well and who were males and they're doing actually good in the industry. They are in HR only. Okay. ये सिर्फ बातें होती हैं सिर्फ. Okay. बाकी जो queries हैं जो मुझे मिली हैं अभी, they are mostly answered. So I hope we've done some part of the job. Okay. So wish you all the best, guys. May God bless you. Thank you.